Hi, this is Chris Cole from Sweet Valley Hives. This video we're going to show you up close the difference between a non-wax dipped cedar hive and a cedar hive that has been dipped in our hot wax treatment. So what we do is we have a special bin where we combine paraffin and microcrystalline wax in a special like a 3-to-1 mix, and we heat it to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will dip the woodenware for about 10 minutes. This is one of our early test boxes. It's a little bit banged up, but it's good for our demos when we want to show people what it looks like. And when you look at the two side by side, you can clearly see that the dipped hive looks a lot darker because it has all that wax impregnated in the wood fibers now. A lot of questions about what to do with cedar wood. You'll see that on a lot of the beekeeping forums. And it seems to be tung oil is a very popular finish, and it is a good finish when you put it onto cedar. The problem is it only lasts about a year or two depending on your weather patterns. Could even last less than a year, and then you're going to want to refinish it. And the problem is you have bees flying around everywhere, and it gets really tough to put tung oil on when the bees are landing on it, and it just gets to be too messy. So if you have an alternative where you can be kind of a one and done, the wax dipping is a good alternative to consider. Now, being cedar hives, they'll pretty much last on their own and you don't need to finish them at all. The problem is they're going to get really gray, and some people like the gray, some people think it looks a little bit unsightly, and there's a fancy word, patina, that's been associated with it that maybe makes it sound a little bit better than what it looks. Personally, I like the wax dipped look, and we've actually put a box out from September. We've put it outside, and it's out there weathering right now. So in the spring, we're going to take a look at it again and kind of put it up close, take a closer look at it and see what it looks like after going through the winter and the spring rains. So if you look at this wax really closely, if you want to take a really close look at this, and you feel it, it doesn't feel waxy. That was one of the concerns I had, is if you wax dip this, does it feel waxy? If I run my fingernails on it, am I going to pick up wax? And you don't. The wax really gets into the wood fibers, probably 2-3 millimeters deep into the wood. I mean, if you were to cut this in half, you would see a lot of untreated wood in the core, but the outer 2-3 millimeters would be impregnated with this wax. But it feels the same as the box next to it. It just feels like wood. The only difference is it's a little bit darker, and it has that microcrystalline and paraffin wax combination that's impregnated into the wood fibers. And for our hives, we're going to dip on a complete hive. Basically, we're going to dip everything but the propolis screens and the quilt box. We're not going to dip them. No sense in doing that. They're fully encased, and you don't want to be dipping a quilt box that has cloth on it anyway. Kind of defeat the purpose. But everything else is wax dipped. You can find out more on our website at sweetvalleyhives.com, and check us out at Sweet Valley Hives on Facebook. Thanks for listening.